Hello. I seem to be reviewing quite a lot of things. I've had these for a while, and I've just been lazy to get round to it. This is kind of a fun thing that I wanted to share. This will be going on sale, no doubt, on eBay at some point. This came all the way from South Korea, and what is it? Well, this is the Samsung Galaxy Folder. This is there's a second one actually, Samsung Galaxy Folder 2. This is the original one, and you can guess it's a folder phone, as the name suggests, but with a touch screen and a physical keyboard. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm harking back to less complicated times with cell phones, but or thinking about my old Motorola Razr. But I quite like a folder, and I just like to look at them. I'm not saying that you'd be using this as your daily driver, although this one, I think would be pretty cool. But you could use it as a second phone. So the specs. Well, it is a quad-core processor. I think it's a Samsung's own quad-core processor. It has 1.5 GB of RAM. This particular model has 8 GB internal memory, and you can put an SD card up in it. It says up to 256 GB. I'm just looking on their website. The screen is 3.8 inches, not particularly large, and the resolution is 800 x 480, which might not sound a lot, but when you're talking about 3.6 inches, it's actually pretty sharp. So it's not bad at all. It looks pretty decent to me, and the only thing I can't remember, is it dual SIM? I don't think it is. Dual SIM. Of course, the back comes off, and the battery is user replaceable, which is always a handy thing. Main camera is 8 megapixels. And what does it say about the front camera? 2 megapixels for the selfie camera. So, I mean, it's not particularly high end, but again, it's a bit of fun. I got this on eBay. As I say, it came from a seller in Korea, and this one came in just about $100, which was pretty decent, not including the Aramex. And I like it. This cover is kind of like a rubberized material. It's pretty grippy, and I just think it's cool, and it feels like well made and of a premium material. Of course, with the 8 GB of internal memory, is not particularly much, and it does only come with 5.1 Android, and I didn't check recently for an upgrade. Let me just see here if there's anything. System update. Don't know what that is. Confirm. Okay. I don't think this is anything. Device registered. Checking for an update. Let's see, because it's been a while. Latest updates have already been installed. Okay, so no update there. Let me just press the back button, and so it's Android 5.1.1, which is Lollipop. So I don't know, will it ever get an update? I don't know. I don't think that's the point, to be honest with you. It's just a bit of fun, which I quite like. So I did do, just for your and for my interest, I did do Antutu, and the score was not particularly high. It was nearly 28,000. But again, like I said about the Freetail Samurai, that score really it really ultimately means nothing, because actually this phone feels pretty decent when you're using the touch screen, which of course it has a touch screen, and I never noticed any not that I was using it for a lot of things, but I didn't notice any major hiccups or delays, anything like that. It didn't stutter. It's been working fine, and unfortunately for my eyes, I am the screen might be just without my glasses, maybe just a bit small without wearing, you know, a pair of magnifiers. Just give me the home button there. Interestingly, the T2, the VK World T2, it's I know that Samsung have their own version of this. The T2, it has a dual screen. The inside one's not touchscreen, but the outside one is. But I believe it's incredibly expensive. It's probably around like $500-600, and like this phone, really only available in the Far East, and people, Asian people, quite still like folder phones, so this is why they're still popular. And I mean, I quite like it as well. I still think it looks pretty good. Call quality is decent. I know that people will be so there, I'm just going through my email, not that you're going to read my email, but I mean, you can really do everything, and here I'm controlling from the up and down button, so you can control stuff from your the physical buttons as well. I'll be honest with you, I did try and type, let's see, so we have a dedicated, hold on, so let me show you this first of all. There is a dedicated camera button here, and you just got to be careful because your hand might be over the camera, so you can either you can take a photo, or I think you can take a photo with the hardware button as well, which you can. So you have two options, touchscreen or the hardware button, whatever takes your fancy. So yeah, I was going to show you, where is it, the home button. So you can set the buttons to something. Now this one opens up the, I thought this was, I'd set it to SMS, but it's opening up the, what do you call it, the Play Store. I wanted to try and, let me see, this is the multiple, oh my god, lots of stuff open here. So you can see I can easily go through these, and you can use a combination of the physical buttons and the touch screen to get your way through this thing, and it's pretty fun. I like it. If I didn't need the money, I would keep it. I wouldn't sell it. Just let me close all of these. My god, I must have had, no wonder. So I had all of these open and it was still working pretty decent. So what is not easy to do is to compose a message using the keyboard, because it takes a wee while to get used to. Right, okay, let's put this one here and enter message. Right, so you can do on the on-screen keyboard, or you can use the hardware keyboard, and it does this one. I don't know if you can see, it's not easy to see on this, but it does have some Korean language, and it takes a wee bit of time remembering to use a physical keyboard, but I think with practice you could do it, and some people like it. For me, I'm not saying that I can't do it, but I was playing around with it, and the more I played around with it, the more I kind of remembered how to use a keyboard. And it's not something you're going to do all the time, but there you go, you have the option to do it. And again, this won't be your major, your primary phone. This could just be whatever. Secondary phone. Battery life is pretty decent, and the battery size. Let me check, and I'm looking at is I saw it here somewhere. Where is it? It's a 1800 mAh battery, and really it seems to, on standby at least, as lasts a few days. I think the battery is pretty decent, so it's not as power hungry. Obviously the size of the screen is well, you can see it's not sucking the power from your battery, so it can last a decent amount of time. Again, this could be the phone that you'd leave in your car for an emergency. It could easily be your travel phone, your business phone. If you want like a wee bit of fun, you can put in your memory card, and I can see here in my hand it's kind of long, but it's pretty thin, and it's not anywhere near as heavy as the VK World T2. It's very light. Has it's a is that USB-C? I can't remember. Let me check here. No, it's not. It's a micro USB, and that is the for charging. And one other thing I was going to share here. So it has headphone jack on the side, so you can fill it up with your music and take it traveling with you, for people who just want a bit of difference. And this is the thing. This is my personal opinion. All phones are beginning to look very similar, and I mean, I like a good looking phone. That's why I bought the iPhone X, because I thought it looked really good. But generally they're all becoming very much similar to each other, and it's just sometimes nice to have a wee bit of fun, and this is definitely what this phone is. And who knows, you might get into using the keyboard again. I don't think I will. I don't think I was ever that good at keyboard when keyboards were the thing. I don't know if anybody had a Motorola Razr, which had the very thin the phone was very thin. I wasn't particularly fast at using the keyboard then, but I really liked it. I really liked that Motorola Razr. I would like one with a touch screen. I'm not sure if such a thing exists, but I really liked it. So yeah, I mean, what else I got to tell you about this? Do I have anything else? No. I played some music through my AKG, and yeah, I thought it sounded really good. The Bluetooth was strong, no problems whatsoever. Nothing else really to say about this other than for 1.5 GB of RAM, the Android Lollipop is doing really pretty good. It seems to work really well, and I haven't noticed any issues. The screen, let me just show you. The screen I've got on full brightness, but again, I'll take it down a bit. Even on half brightness, the screen still looks very nice. And I put a sunflower there to kind of, let's see if you can see. Yeah, it's not easy, but yeah, the screen is pretty decent. So for those of you looking for something a wee bit different, the Samsung Folder is something to consider, although you could look at the Folder 2, but I think it's certainly with double the price and maybe even more. These you could get cheaper, and have some folder fun. So I just wanted to quickly share this with you, and because I'm going to put it for sale on eBay UK hopefully somebody will buy it and enjoy it. That's it. Samsung Galaxy Folder. Any questions, anything, blah 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 blah, bottom, I will do my best to answer them. Thank you. Bye.